It's nearly 6:30 in the morning and I'm staying at my daughter's place still. And I woke up, came out to let the dog out. Look at this. How beautiful. Even just all this here, look at it. How could you doubt there is a God? Absolutely stunning sunrise.
Well, good morning. You've had your little morning treats. You've been out to do your business. And you're sitting here looking at me, groaning. What more do you want? Your life is good. You're in a nice warm home. Betty has a little coat on to keep you warm. What's the problem? Hey? What's wrong? What's wrong, honey dog? You're missing your family, darling. One more sleep and they'll all be home. It's exciting, darling. Oh my goodness. Oh, you're gonna miss honey. I know. I know. Oh, get down. I know. You're a good girl. This is my last day here, and I've been house sitting and dog sitting for our daughter and husband and boys, our family. They've been away in New Zealand on a holiday and they fly in tomorrow. I'm dog sitting and Betty, our dog, because we live on a farm, she's not used to traffic. So every time a car goes past or a horn blips or some odd noise, she goes berserk. So please excuse her. It's okay at the moment. So I've decided, because the family's not going to, or Amy's not going to feel like cooking tomorrow night as she flies in, I'm doing a spaghetti bolognese for their dinner tomorrow night. And I've also got a fair bit of steak mince, so I'm going to also be doing, shh, Betty. See? Betty, shh, come on. Betty. Quiet, darling, good girl. I'm going to do a steak sandwich and salad for me for lunch. Tonight is a State of Origin. For those who don't live in Australia, that is a huge NRL football game every year. I've been going for a long time. My husband absolutely loves football, and so this is something he does not leave the house when this is on. Unfortunately, he was going to watch it with me because I'm down here and he's up there. That's not going to happen. He's watching it with his carer. Now, his carer is a blue supporter and Steve is a maroon supporter. The maroon stands for Queensland. The blue stands for New South Wales. And that's the rivalry match that happens every year. So it's going to be very interesting in our household tonight, especially if the Blues win. Steve won't be happy. And his carer said that he was actually going to bring a cake with blue icing. So there should be a fly on the wall. So now I'm going to make some spaghetti bolognese. I'm just going to chop all this up finely. And probably only need half an onion, so I don't need too much. I don't have any herbs, but I do have a heap of herbs in bottles. I just don't have any fresh herbs. I've got quite a few at home, but there's none here. That's okay. We just use the bottle ones. And that's why sometimes I dry herbs at home. I like to dry some of my herbs because if I do run out or something happens to the plant, then you've got backup as well. So just top that up. So I've just put some olive oil in the fry pan and turned that on. This is an induction stove top, which I have portable inductions at home. I love it. So Amy likes it as well. So I'm just going to put the mince ready. This is a big beef mince. I like lamb or beef. I'll put a bit of garlic in as well. I'll put a bit of garlic because it's winter time, so it's very good. You can use fresh garlic. Another thing I have done with my fresh garlic at home, you actually can, once you peel your garlic cloves and then you shake, you put them within 2 containers, shake them really hard and all the skin comes off, and then dice them up. I've got a little dicer, a whizzer dicer, you can use a food processor, whatever, and you dice them up, and then you can put them in, I like to put them in like macadamia oil and put them in the fridge, and I just prefer that a little bit more to the bought stuff. Okay, so this is heating up. I love my daughter's kitchen. It's just got everything right at your fingertips. It's lovely. My kitchen at home, it's the smallest kitchen I've ever had, my kitchen at home, and yet it's the most efficient because everything's just around you, but I've got heaps of bench space and heaps of cupboards and drawers and things to store it. So I really like it. I've had big kitchens over the years. When the kids were all at home, we had big homes. My hubby was in the building industry, so we had lovely homes. But now we've got the smaller homes. I like to break the mince up as I put it in. I don't like to put it in one big chunk. Oops. Now I've got 2 lots of mince here because big family of 3 growing boys. One's a teenager, one's nearly two teenagers. Yeah. Got 10 grandkids, I get confused sometimes. I usually have it all up to scratch, but it's been a little bit weird lately with things. I am one of those, I don't like mess type cooking. I don't have stuff everywhere. I just like to have it all in order, and I wash my hands lots. I'm just going to wash my hands. So I've just put a saucepan of water on to boil. Just putting a bit of Himalayan salt in there. Soon it'll be ready for a taste test. And while I'm doing this, Betty, stop now please. Betty, I won't leave poor old honey alone. While I'm doing this, I'll just talk to you about in Steve's Positive Huntington's Journey, which is our other channel. It's our older channel, and it's all about Steve and, well, both of us really, but more about Steve and how he's handling the journey of Huntington's, and quite positively. He's got an awesome attitude. It is starting to get a bit worse, but the neurologist said that with everything that we're doing healthfully, that is slowing the process down. I'm sorry about our dogs. Thank you. And so I have put a playlist in there that it actually just tells you the story about how it all began. And I'm just adding videos, and I'm just speaking through it, and I'm adding some videos just to explain how it all began right from the start. I'm keeping it as brief as possible, but I just thought it might help someone who is on the journey, or maybe there's other things that people are challenged with, and this might just help. Because it is a journey and it is a process, but I think you've got to have a good mindset about it and try and get through it in a positive way more than a negative way, because if you're in a negative brain capacity, or it will only just drain you and drag you down more. So you have to sort of, yes, you're going to have your down times, and yes, you're going to have your times where you're angry about it and all the rest of it. Shh, please, girls. But you do have to get through that and move forward, and then put into place things that are going to help you. So that's basically why I did that. And I'm just adding the videos randomly. I do 2 other videos a week. This one, my Happy Heart for Homesteading, which is more about sustainability. Just excuse me 1 minute. Okay, I've just put the dogs out in the yard to have a run. So little paws clicking all over the floor. I hope you can hear what I've said previously. So yes, these videos are just put up when I get the time to do them. They're just an added video in the playlist. You'll see I'll put it up on here. I can't remember the name of the playlist. I'll put it up when I edit this. Okay, so the water's starting to boil a bit now, so I'm just going to add the spaghetti with the family. I'm sure they will appreciate that. Now this one is starting to, just turn that round. This one's starting to brown off now. So what I might do is add I've got some pasta sauce here. I have been making some pasta sauce at home too, but at the moment there's no tomatoes. They're out of the ones that I was using. Have all been used and out of season, but I'll be planting some shortly. And I want to get my whole garden ready for spring. This is a sun-dried tomato pesto, which is really yummy. My daughter bought and we were using that last week, so there was a little bit left of that, so I thought I'd put that in as well. So I think that's everything. So once I stir this in and cook it a little bit, I'll do a taste test just to make sure. Oh, now the door's open. The dogs have come back inside and the flies are coming. Jolly flies. It's Aussie flies. If you live in Australia, you know what I mean. If you don't, you've probably got some where you are anyway. Yeah, so the reason I've sort of done that, there's a lot of reasons, but a lot of people, a lot of our friends or people we've just met, they ask us how it all began and, you know, how did you get around to being tested or think you need to be tested, and what happened after that. So we had a few complications after Steve was tested, and running up to why he was tested. So it is quite detailed and interesting. Like I said, I tried to keep it short and to the point. And yeah, it just might help you. But because a lot of people have been asking us, and we've told the story 1,000 times, and seriously, I don't mind telling the story, but I just thought it'd be nice to have that. So yeah, so if you go onto our website, our YouTube channel, Steve's Positive Huntington's Journey, and go to the playlist, which I will put at the bottom here, you'll be able to see as they are added. The best thing is to subscribe, because it doesn't cost you anything, it's not hard to do, you just subscribe, because then you get notification that a new videos come up and you'll be able to see what it is. Now I'm just going to let that simmer a bit. There. And I think I can just check this spaghetti. I think it's not al dente yet. It has to be al dente, not al dente. So we'll just let that boil a bit longer. We might do a taste test on this now, I think. Some mince is cooked, but I'm just going to let it simmer a bit more. And what I like to do, and a lot of people may not like to do it, I like to put a bit of cheese in it, and just gives it a yummy taste as well. I like to do this a few times and then you know what you have to add. So it's lacking salt. I don't like things over salty, but they have to have a salty flavour. What else is it lacking? I'll put some salt in. Himalayan salt. I'll need a bit more pepper. The other thing I like to add too, use a lot, is rosemary. A lot of people think you just use rosemary for lamb and things like that, or chicken. But it is really yummy in a lot of casseroles, and even spaghetti bolognese. And we've got some rosemary here. Some here. Yeah. And rosemary is actually really good for the brain. So, oh, it's not open, sorry, I'm going to have to open this. I'm sure she won't mind. Yeah, it's a power food as far as the brain's concerned. We grow it and I use it fresh, and we have it every day. We have rosemary and parsley every day. Those who watch my videos, you would have heard me say that 1,000 times. But I just think it's so important to share these things, because we learn as we go through life. I learn something every day. And I think it's great to be able to learn these things from other people, especially if they benefit you. Oh, that's really nice. Just enough added. So I'm really happy with that. Very good. And the spaghetti's getting better. Not quite al dente yet, but it is getting better. I don't like to over cook it because then it's like too soggy, but it's getting better. Not far off now. Getting there. And I'm just going to get some cheese and grate some cheese and put in there as well. And we'll be using a block of parmesan to grate over the top as well. They have that. They'll do that when they eat it. So I'm glad I've done that now for the family.
Everyone needs a shoulder to cry on. Everyone needs a helping hand. Everyone needs someone to rely. Yes, everyone needs a friend. So let's come together, celebrate each other, stand united as one. We lift our hands up and pray, lay all our love before Him with all of our faith. He is the change within us, there is a light. Let Him lead the way, lift our hands up and pray.
This tree is full of bud.
Oh, pray. Everyone
I need a
needs
burst.
somebody to lean on. Everyone
This
needs
is a first.
someone who
I have never ever sat and watched State of Origin on
if
my own.
we come together as one, help
Unfortunately,
each
he's at
other get
With Hammer,
stronger.
his carer. I'm going home tomorrow, so he just wasn't up to coming back here to watch it with me, unfortunately. So a lot of firsts these days. Anyways, I've got it on and I'll be cheering along the Maroons. Come on, Queensland.